This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Begs through me, I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me, me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. 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 Them want poison me, throw me thing up. Pass me and them girlfriend a link up. Hello. Dog, where you did that when they think tough. No food, clean water fi drink up. Now me and the dog, them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch rim, just a spin up. The pioneer just a kicks up. And a hip-hop calypso. You can't see the star through the tint up. Plus me and the cube and a link up.
Talking Heads and Party is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Five Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Foreign Currency, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Scotiabank, Sun Oil Limited, and Tropical Gyros.
No matter how hard they must fight me, me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it.
The Tuesday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. You know it's a Tuesday, so you know we're going to do all about Grand Bahama. There's the Freeport Report coming at you, and lots to talk about coming out of Grand Bahama. And as you know, each and every Tuesday, you got that awesome supplement in The Guardian, courtesy of the Grand Bahama News. Everything Grand Bahama, that supplement gets you caught up with everything, and a lot going on, lots to talk about. Airport deal finalized. Many in Grand Bahama want to see government and Grand Bahama Port Authority work together. The electric vehicles are rolling into the future. That's the big rage, both here in New Providence and in Grand Bahama. Huge entrepreneurial expo connecting business owners with benefactors went down. We'll get the full report on that. And the police roundup as well out of Grand Bahama. They fully loaded each and every Tuesday right here in The Guardian, all right? So you know how to chime in. On the flip side of the break, we'll be going to Grand Bahama. I know we'll be hearing from Sarah Kirkby and the Grand Bahama News. Probably Darren Cooper's going to be chiming in as well, too. Yes, he's going to be chiming in as well. So you know how to reach us. All right, here in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Toll free in any one of the Family Islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96, 422-4796. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969, BTC phone channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Quick break. Flip side of the break, we'll be going to Grand Bahama. Sarah Kirkby and Darren Cooper chiming in. The Freeport Report is coming up right after this.
Fish Fry Friday is back this Friday, March 1st at Margaritaville, downtown Nassau, at 12 Volt Bar with the big band Visage, playing all your favorite soca music. This Friday, March 1st, come party at Fish Fry Friday. Experience the changes made for your dancing pleasure. Admission $25, one complimentary drink included. Enjoy the Fish Fry Buffet at Vacation Cafe for only $55, including the party. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. until 11:30 p.m. Tell your crew meet you at Fish Fry Friday, this Friday at Margaritaville, downtown Nassau, with the big band Visage.
The new KFC Nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
We're back at you on a Tuesday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads. Let's go down to Grand Bahama. We got Sarah Kirkby and Darren Cooper live joining us. What's going on? How y'all doing, man? Good to hear from y'all again.
Hey, I'm good. How are you, darling?
I am good, man. And boy, we got lots to talk about. Darren, you good?
I'm good.
Boy, listen, Sarah, I know I've been listening to Grand Bahama News, got all kind of headlines this week, so let's touch on them. Darren, you and I will wait, as we always do, to call BS. You need to call BS.
You call BS on me? Oh, my Lord.
No. Not you. I already said Grand Bahama News did an awesome job, man. Great headlines, man.
Thank you. We're very happy, and we got the first official pictures out of the airport, so I'm getting funny comments from people all over. Boy, our people just have opinions, let me tell you.
Very opinionated.
Yes, very opinionated. But yeah, so the DPM was over. He announced that things are looking good. You can read all about the story. He basically gave a 30-day deadline for the demolition to begin. So I believe everyone in the whole of Grand Bahama will be holding his feet to the fire and counting down the days. I believe we're at 26 now. So we need this to happen ASAP. And Andy Tyler Smith is the new guy, hopefully, with Manchester Airport Company. And they're all good to go. So we're there, hopefully.
The word off the Eastern Road is they brought, they brought in the big guns, you know what I mean? For the photo ops to make this one legitimate, I believe.
I think they have. So let's just hope it's all happening. He was speaking again at Business Outlook where he had spoken about it last year. So I really believe, from what I understand, that the minister is really working to make this happen,
Sarah,
especially when he announced that we're having the biggest surge of tourism here that we've had in the longest time.
Now,
right? And this island is growing.
Sarah and Darren, I'm rooting for you. The plans look good. Mm-hmm. This is the closest we've come to seeing it come to fruition. Yes. But I am counting down from day 30, starting tomorrow.
Okay.
And then
actually start from last week Thursday, but okay.
I give them an extra couple of days, and then we will, like the old people say, we will revisit the situation in 30 days. And if I have some ground broken and whatever, then I because right now I know, I hit my brother-in-law today, and I gave him a little poke. I was like, new airport on the way. He say, again? So I'm rooting for y'all. Trust me. All right? I mean, the designs
look. Bahamas is rooting for
the designs look beautiful, and I think if they could get it down, get it managed, get it done, y'all are on your way to reclaiming that title as the Magic City, because there's a lot to offer down there.
Well, Naughty, I hate to be the bearer of bad news always. I'm not excited about what I've seen.
That's what makes the show work. We got Pollyanna and Gargamel in the same room at the same time. We keep it real. We keep it objective.
let, let me say this: where the design of this new airport is being proposed to be constructed, we don't need to wait for the existing terminal to be removed to start the construction of the design of the new airport. All of this talk and all of this unveiling, for me, I don't even want to see a groundbreaking. I just want to see the clearing of the land and the announcement of the contractor. We could have simultaneously two projects going on at the same time. One, we can have the removal of the old terminal, and two, we could have the construction started. I prefer to see the construction started first, and then we could look at the removal of the old terminal. But we were told last business outlook that the terminal will be demolished in 6 weeks. So now we're going to 45 days. So none of it excites me until I actually see the actual steel coming out of the ground and construction. The new airport terminal is not going to be built. From what I'm seeing, and I've been advised, it will not be built at the site in which the old terminal is presently at. It won't be. So let's take that portion of the discussion out of our mouth. We can start the ground.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that at all. But let's see.
Okay.
But I think there was talk of it moving somewhere else, but I believe that was canceled, and I believe it's going back to its space. But that's all I'm hearing. So, it could be wrong.
I'm being advised from the inside of management of the airport. Again, is what I'm being told. But in any event, whether they build at the old site or they build at the new site, it doesn't excite me until something starts happening. I think they will. I strongly think they will take down the old terminal this time around. I think they will. They won't miss the opportunity to take it down. Because of course, election time is coming around, and some campaign money must be spent sooner than soon. Yes, Darren said it. So they will take down the old terminal. That without question. I just don't know how excited I am with the construction of the new one as yet. We'll see how it goes. But I am hopeful. And
I am hopeful. Yeah, I mean we've got to be, because we can't. As you know, Naughty, we're waiting and waiting. So we're hoping. So let me go on to the other stories. We also had for those who weren't in attendance or didn't watch online, Rupert Hayward spoke. And so we have the comments, what people thought about that. Again, addressing the big issue in the room, which is government and Port Authority. And everyone really, basically what we said in our title, just wants them to get along so that the island can move forward. We have such success coming our way if everything goes to fruition with the shipyard, which is going to be phenomenal. I just think people don't realize how big that's going to be. And now with Carnival announcing that they're going to have another terminal added already, and that popularity of that venue already going through, and it hasn't even been finished or built yet. So there's a big issue in there, which I think both the DPM and Mr. Hayward addressed at the event. So that's a good read. We also had electric vehicles were rolling in at the event, and we got a story about that and how they're trying to improve that situation here with having more stations for them to fill up at. But the good part is, because Freeport's close in distance between West End and the Freeport City proper, it looks like your car can last forever here, which I thought was great. We had a good story on Entrepreneurial Expo. I believe it's the second one that's happened. The first one was down in West End. And then we had the police roundup. Sadly, you had a young lady who lost her life this month, which is very devastating. She's a young mom, so you can read about that as well. And then on a funnier note, we had some good old boys rugby, and they all survived. And the best part was no one got injured. So that was a really big deal for them. But an amazing team that has been coming down here for over 30 years or more, maybe 40, since the 70s. Yeah, I do my math. And including one of the players, he didn't play, but he was one of the gentlemen who started the original Harvard Old Boys Rugby. He was 80 years old. He's a senator. He's on island for a couple of days. So it's a nice little impact for the island as well. They brought 60 people with them, and it was a great turnout for rugby.
I know they got the whole rugby crew down there for years without fares in Freeport. So it's good to know,
Very
you
much.
know, that they honored
Yeah, it's great. And
the
they
legacy.
support the hotels. They go to all the restaurants. So it's always really good. I have to say, though, I mean, you know, you've been on the island. Darren is from here. And for those who are in Nassau who miss home so much, I was at Coral Beach on Sunday. I have never seen it that before years. And it was so wonderful to see Coral Beach jammed full of people. The whole I call it Holiday Inn because I'm old school, but the whole Grand Lagoon Beach filled. You know, really starting to see it filled, and you know, tourism numbers coming up. You know, I'm obviously, as you know, I'm over positive person about the island, but it's so good when you hear people come back and they say the island's looking so much better and things are going well. So you know, it's good news, and I think it's a community, our community, that's put it back together. So I'm very proud of everybody.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? There's some things that I just got to look at and say good stuff for Freeport. This whole week, the whole headlines for today, Sarah, even the airport, people on this side, boy, Freeport looking up, Freeport looking up.
Yeah.
So, Darren, looking up anywhere? Looking up anywhere, in your opinion? Because, I mean, you know, our guys there know how to put a beautiful spin on it.
I do see the up
And I say that with the most respect, Sarah, and I don't mean that any job.
I know you do. I love it. Don't worry, I love every minute of it.
No, I am seeing the up and ups for Grand Bahama. I am seeing some things that's happening for our island. Myself and Sarah has had the opportunity to work behind the scenes with some of our investors that has great potential and also have great hopes for this island. The only problem that I have is some of the things that could have happened a long time, you know, as if government is just dragging their feet to be able to say, you know, I guess when they have special events to have something to announce. But Grand Bahama has potential. We have some things that have been in the pipeline, and we are hopeful that even more. What we see now is coming out of the pipeline, has been in the pipeline, and has just been waiting on some approval. You know, I've had the opportunity to look at the Carnival Cruise Port overall layout plan, and also, you know, get the logistics of what they're expecting to do, how they're expecting to do it. And it now makes sense, even when I look at the Carnival Cruise Port and also look at the Six Senses property. It now makes sense why this particular area of Grand Bahama is becoming such a focus, you know, because when you look at Carnival's layout design and you look at the actual design and vision for the area of Six Senses, it makes sense. So, yes, Grand Bahama, I won't be so negative and say that we have nothing happening. We have a lot of stuff that soon break ground and soon start pushing out some things and begin to really manifest. But I'll be the first to say that I don't feel that this particular government and this Minister of Investment can say that he went in the market and locate these investors. These are investors that have been hanging around for a long while, trying to get the process completed and go through government rhetoric in being able to get these projects off the ground.
Boy, lot of text coming in over here, but one just coming out. And I'm looking at this number, and for the most part, I'm familiar with this number. They always like to talk smack when you guys on about Freeport, right? And I don't think this is sarcastic at all. I'm seeing clapping hands, and hey, they finally seem to be getting it right. Good for Grand Bahama. Good for you guys. Happy for you all. And I think it's genuine. So, you know, but a lot of us have taken interest in it because we know, I look at it like this. When Freeport is Freeport, they're one of the major contributors to the bottom line. And that's what we need. More of the major contributors to the bottom line, helping toward the bottom line so we can maintain and sustain. If not, we're going to have a lot of issues in a lot of areas. And I think Freeport...
I also think that with Space of People as well. I think Nassau's, you know, you've got everybody has come there, probably, you know, a large percentage of our population that want to come back to Grand Bahama as well. which will also ease maybe some of the tensions and things that are happening there. So I think it's a big thing, if, with the jobs that will be available. And if people don't know this, you can go on to the Celebration Key Facebook page to see all of that. I was looking on it the other day and hadn't realized how up to date it was with jobs that were available. And you need to look on that if you want to come home. And then you need to look at the shipyard if you want to come home. And there will be housing issues here soon, because people often forget. I was in a conversation about it today with the president of the Port Authority. We also forget, housing goes quickly when these companies come and they all work here and there's construction workers, but also WASM is a factor in this. We've got 200 kids now on the island in medical school, or maybe it might be 150, and they've all taken up apartments and things like that.
And
So
those
these are all
numbers have
things
grown,
as well.
correct, Sarah, compared to...
Yes, and the school, and these kids are great. They're really embracing the island, and you forget how much they affect the overall economic factor as well, with food, medical, dental, everything that they add, hair and nails, going out. You see them at all the bars. You see them spending their money here. So that also affects the whole how the island is doing as well. And so these factors will add up. And we've talked about these flights before and the issue we've had. I hadn't realized, but Western Air has now added additional flights to Freeport. When I went to change my flight the other day, there's usually a 12 and then a 3 or a 5. There is now a 12, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So they've added additional flights between Freeport and Nassau. And American Airlines now added additional flight as well, additional times to come into the island, which is great news.
You get that flight schedule going, you get the airlift going.
Yep.
With a new airport.
Yep.
But boy, the key thing is, do we get to the new airport yet? I'm waiting. I'm hoping, man.
Sarah, you made a comment about housing, and housing is already a challenge in Grand Bahama.
Yeah.
A lot of realtors cannot find adequate, proper housing for a lot of these projects that are going on. We have a lot of vacant lots, and again, they've been vacant for so long because persons have, I guess, gave it so much and lose so much and trying to keep it, hoping for it to happen, that now it's happening. They're all out, but I do have great hopes, but we do have a housing problem as we speak on the island for a lot of these persons that are coming in to do business.
Boy.
And that's a good problem to have for us, I have to say.
Because
a lot of people have turned their places into Airbnb, so
that's what I'm hearing.
They'll also become, so a lot of them can also become. There's also an app that, if people are listening, you can go on the WASM site. They have, you can go into their pool so that you can find out how your place can be part of their rental pool for their students. So if you're not on that and you have a rental property here, I would advise that as well.
That's good stuff.
And then, so these are all things that are happening too. And then obviously you need to reach out to the realtors, because they're looking for places for people from Carnival who are coming here, and Shipyard as well. Yeah. So good point, Darren. It is a struggle.
All right. We got a couple of texts for you. First one. Naughty, the sad thing about the airport they're building is they're building something onto the existing building. What's that? All right. And I'll let you answer that in a second. The other one came up. Naughty, I didn't realize that there are several solar plants going up in Freeport. They are major plants. Someone told me who works for them said that the Grand Bahama Power will lease power from them. Any news on that? Or?
Yeah, that was the story we featured, I think it was last week.
There you go.
For those people who don't know how to stories, you can go onto the Guardian website, and there is a Grand Bahama News section. And there's this also great new tab on there that you'll see that it says free newsletter. And if you click onto the right tab of the free newsletter, not the right tab, the tab of the free newsletter, you can sign up to get Grand Bahama News to come directly to you. And you can also find it on 242 News Bahamas on Facebook. And that story is on there about the solar panels. And it is a deal that was made last year and we just did an update on it, and they're about ready to finish it. We talked about it last week and how much percentage it's coming in to our power company. It's really good. I mean, it's one of the things we're very proud about over here, our power.
Yeah, you're bragging now for sure. Let me tell you. Somewhere BPL just went off. All right, no. All right, but I mean, when I look at it though, I mean, there is lots coming out. But Darren, I mean, we still dealing with some of the same old that we dealing with, correct?
Correct. We are, in order for us to see real growth that this island is going to need, again, we have to have that working relationship with our city managers and with our central government. And, until our central government and city managers can get to that round table, I know their issues and their differences. Because while it may not be a discussion now, there are still investors who are uncertain because they don't see the unity now. They don't see the unity amongst these persons. And you can come in under the city manager, but you have to get that final approval from the actual managers. And if you ain't got that working relationship, you feel as if your project could be delayed. And so we need to have that fixed. There are many other issues that we do have throughout Grand Bahama that needs to be addressed and needs to be looked at. And then there must be an involvement of our community in being able to take some things serious and getting some things done as relates to our way forward, And so the average man is not excited about the airport. They're not until they actually will benefit from the airport. And so, we hope to see what happens.
Next one out of Freeport. And this coming from somebody who's here in New Providence. Sarah and Darren, honestly, what I'm hearing is good news. Do you think we'll be able to return home within the next 6 months to a year? Is Grand Bahama on that fast of a track, or is there still going to be red tape?
I think it would depend on what you're looking to do. If you're looking to work in the field of hospitality and you're looking to work in hotels and stuff, that's going to be a little bit longer, only because they're building. If you're in construction and you are engineering and you are all of that, you should be here now getting involved. I don't know all the jobs for the shipyard, but that would be me. That's just me saying it.
I do believe that persons come back home would be able to return home, especially even in the hospitality field. Carnival has advised that they will not be waiting until they're ready to break ground. Ready to open their doors.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
They're going to start a vetting process. As a matter of fact, they've already encouraged persons to apply and to go online and to register to be a part of the team. That process, I believe, will happen in the I would say probably next year or this year, winter, because we are looking for an opening of Carnival Cruise Port for some of 2025. And so as these buildings go up, they're going to be setting up and understanding certain brands, certain product. And so, I think based on what I'm understanding from Carnival, they're going to start. As it relates to construction, like Sarah said, you need to return home as soon as possible. I don't know what the actual layout of the hotel or what's going to happen with the hotel, but in order for us, to get that function, and we have to have the airport function, and to get the airport function, we have to have that function. So we should have been having two sets of an announcement in terms of the hotel being sold or a identified operator or brand that's going to do it for government. But I think Grand Bahama by winter of this year would if we stay on the track that we are, should see some real reasons to want to return home and to be able to be a part of the opportunities that will present itself. And so,
All right, let's go to the phone lines right now. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, who's in, Audie?
What's going on, brother? You got a question for Grand Bahama?
Yeah.
What you got for me?
I got a question for. I'm trying to find out something from Darren. Right, I heard him said a little while ago, a couple of minutes ago, that the work what's going on been in the pipeline, right? And look at this government doing it, or the minister, what in the minister with a hand right now, the minister of Grand Bahama, or something like that. He was saying that they're saying something that they have caused to happen. Say it been in the pipeline a little while back. Well, I trying to find out if it been in the pipeline a little while back, and now it's coming out of the pipe. With this administration in power and with the minister over there now, she's supposed to be the one, what I understood, doing all of the wheeling and dealing. So who we supposed to say making this thing happen? If not this administration and not that minister,
let me.
What thing?
Could I? Carl, I've heard you. I've listened to you. First of all, I would encourage you to go back to the statement I made. I spoke about the Minister of Investment, not the Minister for Grand Bahama. As relates to the investments for Grand Bahama, this particular minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister I. Chester Cooper, cannot say that he went into the investment community and brought any of these investments to Grand Bahama. He may have been the minister that is facilitating and closing the final leg of the investment. But he cannot say that he has brought 6 Senses to Grand Bahama. He cannot say that he brought Carnival Cruise Port to Grand Bahama. He cannot say that he brought solar plants to Grand Bahama. He doesn't have any investment that his ministry has started and completed for the island of Grand Bahama. The medical school was built before he became the minister. So I'm not sure if you understood the question. I said nothing about the minister for Grand Bahama. It is the Minister of Investment.
Okay, I understand you. I understand what you're saying, right? But I want to say, on government is continuously.
You're missing the point. I'm not.
No, I understand what you're saying. So you're saying.
I'm making is. Go ahead, caller.
So you're saying that because he's the Minister of Investment, doing concern, because I am saying he can make sure Grand Bahama be not only the Magic City, but the Miracle City. I heard him say that last week. Right in Grand Bahama too.
I heard Diagla say something too, and it happened. He was
no. Hold on. Naughty. He say he dealing with this minister here, this investor here, right? So I just trying to see.
Well, if you go based on what Mr. Cooper said, and you know Mr. Cooper's all right with me, but I'll be honest with you, he's promised the airport on several occasions. He promised the hotel, and they wear an egg on the face right now because it's not happened.
But right, I understand you, and I agree with you. It ain't happened yet. But I believe before this administration,
all right,
Kingham, the airport will be there. I wouldn't say too much on the hotel, but I know for sure. I believe. I have the confidence.
You clearly don't follow politics.
All
because if you're starting an airport in 2024 and elections in 2026, there's no way they're in the key. When they're still in the demolition.
I didn't say they was turn no key, Darren. I didn't say they was turn no key. I said that I believe that the airport will be done.
All right, but
that's
you know
what I said.
What I'd like to see done before.
Meaning finish.
Yeah.
Finish.
So hold on.
Right. No.
That isn't a good thing for a good thing for Grand Bahama.
It won't. Whether it's a good thing or not a good thing. The airport for Grand Bahama, if our government was working as feverishly as they should have been working, which was a couple months after being in office, we should have seen the announcement, the removal of the old terminal, and we would have now been boasting of actually seeing a building 2 years later going to tree. So don't ask me to get excited over something you've been promising me years now.
Let me ask you something.
Will it be finished or done for the next election? Is a question you should answer.
No, I just believe in that Grand Bahama will have the airport.
Okay.
And I hoping that they have the hotel at the same time likewise. Because I want Grand Bahama to be successful like it was back in the 80s when I was living there.
Not as bad as I want it.
See, I just saying, but I don't like. I have a problem. I have a problem with people when they speaking. They looking for persons to do something, but they actually speaking negative vibes against that.
Now, caller, hold on. You got to go based on the track record. All right, you got to base on the track record. Hold on now. And I can use a sports analogy here. If your quarterback then cost you the game 3-4 weeks in a row in the fourth quarter, you ain't got no confidence in the fourth quarter. You got to see him get that victory for you to make you feel confident again. But guess what? There've been a lot of fourth quarter letdowns in Grand Bahama. Previous administration and this administration dropping the ball. So you can't expect Grand Bahamians to believe what mouth say, because mouth could say anything.
Listen to me. Everything start off with a thought. And when you done put that thought there, you have to speak it.
All right.
When you don't speak it, you got to allow the actions to be manifested. You can't look for something to happen.
In other words, you got to let the BS settle around the plant before it could grow there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Hold on. Let me ask you this then, caller. Maybe you could give me some insight on this, since you feel like, and that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But you got this good feeling that Grand Bahama have an airport and a hotel. All right, fine. By the time they're built, do you think Columbus Park, do you think Pine Ridge will have their park up and running and beautified? That's in the same constituency as the Minister of Grand Bahama.
Right.
And I hear it's absolutely deplorable.
Well,
allegedly.
Well, at the end of the day, right, Naughty.
And generals who allegedly work for her,
I think,
apparently are on to keep Grand Bahama clean and pristine.
But Naughty, I believe what they're looking at the big picture. They dealing with the investment.
Well, I'm looking at the small picture right now, because you got a little bunch of little kids who could be playing basketball, baseball, football on that park and get.
Doing that. They could be doing that, Naughty.
No, they ain't gonna be doing it, because you got generals pontificating, holding up the process, and no park is getting done.
Naughty, they have plenty programs over there, according to what I heard. They have plenty programs over there for the young children them to partake in.
But I'm not talking about all the programs. I'm talking about Columbus Park, bro. Let's talk about Columbus Park and how it's failing and the park is miserable. That's what we're talking about. I get you with all the other programs. You may be 100% right on that. But the specific thing that I'm talking about, is the deplorable, lackluster, failing situation in Pine Ridge with that park.
Okay, well, I don't.
And this is the same administration who said they were going to do wonders with all the parks throughout the community. JJ is coming. They promised free Wi-Fi and not a lick. Diddly squat, not a zero.
Okay, Naughty, I going.
Yeah, man, you're gone, because they got you on this one. See you in the sports hour. Go ahead, Darren.
Naughty.
Mm-hmm.
This caller, I wanted to know if he ever lived in Grand Bahama before.
Yeah, man, he lived in Grand Bahama before. He said that, but he's a hard Dolphin fan, so you know how that go. You know the reasoning how Dolphin fans have it.
I wanted to find out because if he's here, why he jump ship?
Maybe he's one trying to make it back, but the red tape holding him up.
Okay.
But I was about to ask you about that park, Darren. I mean, and we soon got to get to the news, but I mean, I got people hitting me up every day. Naughty talk about the park in Pine Ridge. It's horrible.
Not just the park. Well, of course, parks are the responsibility of the local government.
Local government, yeah.
Local government. All parks in Grand Bahama carries that responsibility. But the Minister for Grand Bahama do have, from what I was made aware, do have one of her campaign generals who is a council member. There is a bad relationship between local government and the Ministry for Grand Bahama, but in any event, the children should not suffer without having a proper functioning park. Naughty, I don't know which park are we talking about, but I'd be more than happy to go and check this park out and look at it and be able to give a report next week on it. But again, all parks, if a park is agency of Pine Ridge, that will fall under the responsibility for Pine Ridge. The Pine Ridge has 2 council members. I can't remember the name, but one of them were recognized as the Minister for Grand Bahama's general. And so, I would encourage those persons to reach out to Chief Consular Fraser Gibson or Deputy Chief Consular Dr. Reed or the council members, but they are the responsible ones for parks. Now, can the minister step in to make sure our constituents have parks? Yeah, just about it picking up the phone. If she didn't have a bad relationship with the council, and say, look, I need the park fixed. But I understand something deeper going on with that.
Well, we got one more call. Let's see if we can get it right before we get to the break. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
What's up, Nody? I ain't got much time. This is in Petersburg. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, St. Pete? What you got for Grand Bahama?
Hey, man, you look out. You know, I used to live on Sweetens Key back in 79, 80, man. So what's up with Sweetens Key? Did they rebuild that yet, Darren?
Ski has now some 38 functioning homes that residents have returned to. They do have some cottages that have went up for rental. But in terms of fully functioning back to the Key, the last report I got, the government dock was still not yet constructed. The hospital was still not yet open. The school was still not yet open. The bathroom facilities, I know that they're doing some renovations to that. But as relates to whether persons are back on the Key, yes, persons are back on the Key, not as much as they expect to, but the Key is still there. It's still what we call it, Sweetens Key. It's still sweet.
Okay, yeah, I ended up there because my uncle was a teacher there, man. You know, I was a little bad boy back in the day, so I had to go with him. And boy, you know, me coming from Nassau, and boy, I saw all them conchs, boy. You go dive your own conch. Man, that's the most conch. You know, when you live in Nassau, you got to cut up your conch. But as Sweetens Key Day, you go get your own conch. And man, that's a beautiful place, man. You know,
yes,
clean storm, you know what I'm saying? I love the Eastern end of the Grandmama, man. You know what I'm saying? Go
and it has come back beautifully. It is gorgeous.
St. Pete, always good to hear from you, man. Hit me back in the 5 o'clock.
Stunningly.
But listen, before I get out of here, man, I want to thank both of you guys for chiming in. Candid as always. We'll do it again next Tuesday. Hopefully both of you all are available.
Great. And we thank you for the opportunity.
No worries,
and we
man.
thank everybody for supporting us. And it's so nice when you go out and you do talk to people and they do know that Grand Bahama is trying its best to come back. It's good to hear it.
I want
y'all
to know
people to come home.
We might probably gonna make the rounds again this week because last week they were sharing 7 and 5 minute clips of the show all through social media. I got a couple of them sending me later tonight. No, do you hear what they saying? And I was like, hold on, that's my show, Donut. I know exactly what they were saying. But obviously it's getting on, and obviously it's impactful. So keep up the good work, guys. Good stuff always with the Freeport Report. And, you know, we'll talk next week for sure. All right?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Be safe.
All right, we'll do. You guys too. And before we get out of here, somebody just hit me up. The caller before last. All right? Not the last caller because we know that's St. Pete. But the caller I was talking to about the park. Is that Wallace? Wallace, if that's you, hit me back and let me know. Because guess what? I said, but this voice sounds familiar. Wallace, that's you used to play ball at Mason Edition back in the day. Wallace, that's you, right? Jade up a couple of times. Wallace, if that's you making a whole on week, let me know that's you so we can have a reunion, brother. If that is you, good to hear from you, man. Good to hear your voice. Anyhow, the world's small, eh? Let's go to the break.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Just because they were cheap, Keisha bought things that she really didn't want. Hungry for deals? Let KFC satisfy your cravings before you do something crazy. Get the new Kentucky Crunch Sandwich with a juicy KFC chicken filet, fresh lettuce, and the perfect amount of mayo topped with a fluffy sesame seed bun for just $5.75. Order your new favorite sandwich online with Messenger or WhatsApp Hi to 557-3663 to start your KFC order today. KFC knows value. It's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, February 27th edition of Talking Heads. Purdy should be zooming in. We got Purdy?
I'm right here, man.
Purlissimo. What's going on, buddy?
I'm good, man. My man of business hit his first home run. I mean, it's only preseason, but you know.
One second. To all the listening audience, please indulge Earl Thompson, a.k.a. Purdy, his Dodger moment of the day. Go ahead, Purdy.
Ohtani hit his first home run.
I heard some screaming earlier in the shipping area. Could that have been you getting boisterous for Ohtani?
No. I'm being very cool, calm. I've not become that guy. I've become that guy probably in September, October. Not yet.
Purdy, this me. Yes. You can tell everybody else that. This me. Okay?
No, I'm not going to become that guy.
By end of May, beginning of June, if they're looking good, you're going to be that guy.
Probably All-Star.
Being generous. All-Star break. Wow, July. Wow. Anyway, let's get today in sports history out the way, Purdy, because we got a lot to talk about when it comes to who's in and who's out. Obviously, we'll check the local scene brought to you by Burger King Nassau. And then we get into who's in and who's out brought to you by Tropical Gyros. We got a lot to talk about. There's some stuff coming out of L.A. My boy. Multi-year. No, sir. I would join you, and I'll start pulling for Tennessee Volunteers in women's basketball in memory of the late, great Pat Summitt. You know what I mean? And I'll watch men's college basketball. I'll watch European basketball. I'll watch the NBA, but I'll watch different games every night. And I will return to L.A. when that brother's gone. I can't go through it another 4 years. I can't.
Yeah, but I can't see him do that long. I can't see it, but I can't see him getting no more 4 years. No, man. That don't make no sense.
No, it is. I mean, it makes
but it is what it is. Let's do the day in sports history.
Yeah,
let's do that.
And you know, I got to tell my boy Gully, man. Gully hit the chat group early this morning with that foolishness, you know.
Yeah,
early. You know how fans go, right? They can put something up there quick, fast, and in a hurry. They ain't playing.
Yeah. But I mean, there's that discussion's been going on amongst the sports media, and some people are pushing it out. Some people are saying he's gonna go to Golden State next year. There's all kind of things going on. The quicker the better to get it out there.
I hope to God he go to Golden State.
Probably in the championship if you go there.
I don't care. No, son. Not with our roster. Our roster too old and long in the teeth.
That's all right. They only want it for 1 year.
Yeah, that's true.
1 year. That's all they want.
Well, on this day in sports history, brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's, February 27th, 1908, Major League Baseball adopted a sacrifice fly rule for the first time. It was repealed, reinstated, and then changed several times before being permanently accepted in 1954. So it took them 46 years to get it right for the sac fly rule. Wow.
Lord, I see.
1912, the New York Yankees announced that they would be wearing pinstripes on their uniform, and guess what? They've just been the class of Major League Baseball ever since they started doing that.
Yeah, Yankee pinstripe.
World Series to match. 27 pinstripes on the uniform, top and bottom, 27 titles. That's how we do it.
Oh, boy.
You could be that guy, but I will take.
Go right ahead, my brother.
How about another one? 1963, Mickey Mantle signed a contract worth $100,000 with the New York Yankees.
That was considered a super contract.
Monstrous for 1963. Listen, man, 1973, Dick Allen. He's one of my favorite players coming up when I was smaller. You know what I mean? Just because of his name, you know? I got to say Dick Allen of the Chicago White Sox. He signed a contract worth $250,000 a year for 3 years. So look, Mantle signed for $100,000 in 63. 10 years later, it was already, up by $150,000. Look at it.
Getting that per game now.
Look at it today. Exactly. 1977, Stan Mikita of the Chicago Blackhawks scored his 500th goal. 1987, the NCAA canceled SMU's Southern Methodist University entire 1987 football schedule for gross violations of NCAA rules on athletic corruption. I think when you buy...
I remember that, I remember that.
Hold on. When you buy a brand new... what was it? If that was in 87, right? Then you had to look at 85 or 86. When you buy Eric Dickerson, the number one running back in all the land, that brand new Corvette, black and gold, and parking in his front yard, and it's in his mom's name, you got problems a couple years later.
Yep.
But what people don't realize is Ron Meyer, who coached in the NFL, did a great job at us. Easy numbers when they were in their heyday, before the death penalty. And they had the wishbone offense with the backfield, and they had Eric Dickerson and Craig James in that backfield.
Yeah.
Both of them were excellent running backs in college. Eric Dickerson went on to be one of the greats in the pros. Craig James, not so much, but he's a heck of an announcer. But when you ask me my top 2 or 3 prettiest runners of all time, I gotta say Tony Dorsett, Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson. No particular order. Eric Dickerson, nothing prettier than seeing Eric Dickerson break away on them breakaway runs, Purdy.
But you know something I would add? Walter Payton and Emmett Smith to that, and then tell you could put it in any order you want to put it in.
If we were doing 5, I'd agree with you on those 5 right there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the and Earl Campbell would get honorable mention.
Man, for power.
Man, the Rose from Tyler, Texas Rose, man, listen here. Earl Campbell was a monster. I mean, there is a run against your Dolphins.
Don't remind me.
That goes down and I mean, how many tackles did he break on that? 8 or 9?
But I think it was about 10 tackles he broke in that. It sounded like it was 22 tackles he broke, but you know, it was like nobody could bring him down. Nobody.
Yeah,
I remember that.
He was rough.
That.
He was a bruiser. I think
this dude was like less than 5% fat.
And you remember his thighs? That was his claim to fame. Like he had thighs the size of a tree trunk.
Yes, and he was strong. He was hard. He just kept those feet moving, and he was hard to bring down.
On this day in 1996, the Chicago Bulls reached 50 victories in 56 games to set an NBA record. 2001, the New Jersey Devils began a streak of 10 consecutive road wins to tie the NHL record. 2000, Enron to buy back the naming rights of their ballpark for $2.1 million. The ballpark would be called Astros Field until a new sponsor came along. And you know, I still got some Enron stocks I'm trying to get rid of, Purdy. You ain't want them me.
No, I good. My portfolio is kind of full right now. You hold on to them.
2003, Emmett Smith became a free agent for the first time when the Dallas Cowboys released him. Later signed with the Arizona Cardinals for the last couple of years of his season. Sports quote of the day: each warrior wants to leave the mark of his will, his signature on the important acts he touches. This is not the voice of ego, but of the human spirit rising up and declaring that it had something to contribute to the solution of the hardest problems, no matter how vexing. Pat Riley. But Pat used to get philosophical, but
I used to say either Phil Jackson or Pat Riley.
My God, Pat Riley could get philosophical, but my goodness. But, and keeping it moving, don't forget, it's all about Burger King and Whopper Wednesdays. All right, be sure to check them out. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Be sure to get the Whopper Wednesday going on. Great deals on Whoppers. Whopper, large Coke, large fries, 5 to 5 out included. You can't eat that. Don't forget Whopper Wednesdays. It's your favorite Burger King Nassau location. Checking out the local sports scene. We got some things to powwow on that as well, too, Pearly.
Yeah.
Charlton wins World Indoor Tour title.
I'm so proud of her. She is so awesome.
She rolling. And what I like is the different
I'm looking great things from her in Paris.
I like the different hair colors. Blonde one race, Laker purple the next race. You know what I mean? Fuchsia the next race. She ain't playing, boy.
No, she ain't playing. But I'm looking for great things out of her come in Paris in July.
And what I like is when she won a couple of weeks ago and set the world record, there was some American TikTokers and YouTubers saying, "Who's this nobody from the Bahamas?"
Yeah, they got their thing.
Well,
they got that.
Now she's arrived.
They got everything.
In case you didn't know last week, American fellas, here she is. That's our girl.
Yeah.
All right. So keep an eye out.
They don't know now, but they'll get to know by them in July.
You can call her world indoor champion. Okay, you can call her world record holder. That's what you need to call her.
Exactly. And that's Miss shouting to them.
There you go.
Right. But you know something, so great about it? Her parents are probably...
And I guess I should say, Devin, if you're nasty then. Just to finish it off in Janet style.
But her parents, Dave and Laura, they are so dedicated to that young lady. They follow her all over the world. They go wherever she's running and all that. They're always there for her. That's when you call dedication to help them develop the sport. And her younger sister's doing very well as well.
I was just about to say, it's in the family.
Yeah, it's in the family. Yeah, Dave was a world-class hurdler.
Good stuff. It's in the genes. And moving on to tennis. The Bahamas is off to a winning start at the Junior North Central America and Caribbean pre-qualifying tournament in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Story by
Wonderful.
Sheldon Longley in today's Guardian. But they're doing big things, man. So the Bahamas boys team of William McCartney, Jackson McTaggart, and Gerald Carroll won their first matchup of the 2024 Junior Billie Jean King Cup, Junior Davis Cup, North Central America, and the Caribbean pre-qualifying tournaments. All right, so props to them.
Super.
And then, of course, the Bahamas girl teams of Takai Adderley, Brianne Ferguson, and Tatiana Madu won their first two matchups of the same tournament. So they're rolling. They're doing well.
Excellent.
And TaylorMade Limeade announced a big partnership with Charisma Taylor.
Yeah, I saw that. That's super good news.
Track and field again, but that's good stuff, man.
That's great,
and
man.
when
That's
they
good
turn pro, it's always
sponsorship.
good to have
That
some.
helps a lot.
It helps out a lot. Good sponsorship, good
But,
luck
people
right there.
don't realize, how expensive it is to be in track and field. Any sport, the supplements you got to take, and
Correct,
certain ones
and the
you
training
cannot
regimens
take.
and all of that.
The training regimens, the proper shoes, and all that. It's just an expensive. How much? That's why I support NIL with college sports 100%. Maybe they need to tweak it and fix it a little better, but I still like the concept.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we need to make that move, Pearly. Got to do international. Who's in and who's out. All brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. And listen, man, real quick, before I get into the who's in and who's out, right? We got to say big up to our boy, Chef Kevin. Listen to me, Chef Kevin Comer. The proprietor, the owner of Tropical Gyros, the inventor of Tropical Gyros.
My pork salad. Oh, my God.
Your dolphin homeboy, my good friend.
I'm going to go get one of them right after the show. You just made me feel like eating one of them.
But he did some wonderful things at the ISBET School, International School of Business, Entrepreneurship, and Technology. And he's very supportive with their pop-up shop and their, Shark Tank program that they have running. He was like, no, you got to big up the school, man. You got to make sure you get the word out for me. All right?
And
so
he's a good brother, man. He's a good guy.
Very good
I've
guy.
known him all my life. We've known each other all our lives from Xavier's.
And like I said, they got a lot of things going on, and he's going to be a big part of that pop-up shop on Thursday and Friday from 1 to 3 at the school. And then they got that big Shark Tank going on from 6 to 8, all right? Where actually young entrepreneurs are going to pitch their business to a panel of judges for a monetary prize to boost their business.
Wonderful. I like that.
That's good
Super
stuff,
great
man. So
job,
big up
Kevin.
to Chef Comer
Yeah.
and the crew over there at Tropical Gyros. And be sure to go out and support the pop-up shop over there at ISBET School Thursday and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. You can get
Where
some.
is it located? Do you know where it's located?
Top of 4.
Right there, right in my backyard.
Right in your
Okay.
backyard. Come out, make a right.
Right on my gate.
Walk
I left
straight,
up the
turn up the
and I
hill,
left.
and boom, right there.
Yeah, man. Okay.
So
I go ahead
you ain't
tomorrow,
gotta
that's lunch.
go far for your gyro tomorrow, but you straight.
No, I want the salad. I hope they have the pork salad there. I really hope they do because I love it.
But y'all got to try the Crack Lobster Bowl. Y'all don't know what y'all missing, boy.
But listen, they got some good food there. Yeah, and I ain't just saying
the
that because I
king.
know them.
No.
It's really good. It's really good.
They do a great job. All right.
Yeah.
So Pearly, let's talk about this. Let's get this out the way first and foremost.
Okay.
I don't know about you. I don't even want to hear, Naughty was right. You told us so. But yeah, I told you the first 5 years, the 5 years with LeBron was how it was going to be in LA. All right? We didn't want as much as we should have. It's been a little disappointing. Now they're talking about rumors that there is, apparently some behind-the-scene negotiations already, the ball being put in place for this man to sign a multi to remain in LA.
That's genius.
So that means if they're trying that, right? This is what it's going to look like. All right? And apparently this is coming from Brian Windhorst. And Brian Windhorst is embedded in the gluteus maximus of LeBron James. All right? LeBron pump and boom, Windhorst got it. Now, I think LeBron is angling to sign a multi-year deal in the offseason with the Lakers that will be 9 figures.
Okay.
Now, that ties into, coincidentally, him going on yesterday ranting on Twitter about his defense of Bronny. And I'm all for defending your sons or your daughters. I'm all for defending your kids. But now, if they said that he's going to come out in the 2025 draft instead of the 2024 draft, Now this is starting to align like the Lakers are going to draft this kid in 2025 to go along with Braun sticking around for another 3 to 4 years. For what? Why does it have to be the Lakers to be the guinea pig franchise in this experiment? Let it be somebody else. It can't be Golden. Please. I'd rather go see my Lakers with some young fellas develop and be irrelevant than be a little bit above mediocrity and irrelevancy right now where they are. Because we're not relevant. We're the 9th seed. If the season ended today, we'd be on the bubble trying to play in again.
Well, you'll have to play the 9-10 game, and then you play. Yeah, it don't make no sense. But I mean, you made a run last year from the same position, so you know anything.
Last year and this year, 2 totally different squads. Would you agree with me on that, Pearly?
To some degree, I agree.
You know? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we'll see what happens. The bottom line is, if that happens, I basically, unless something traumatic happens, I've given up on the Lakers for this year already. You know, I've given up on them. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not hurting my head. I'm not worrying about them. Gymnastics, female NCAA gymnastics the other day. I watch basketball. College basketball is really heating because what I like about college basketball, I don't see any one team right now that I'll pick to win. You know, they've already had several number ones. Houston is number 1 now. Anything can happen. There's great basketball playing. Anyone in the top 10 can win it if they put together some good games. North Carolina had a big fight last night with Miami.
Miami, listen, I'm surprised Miami's lost 7 games in a row.
Yeah, no, they play hard, but they've been bucking some big time. ACC is a tough conference as well.
All right, we got a call, Pearly. Let's get to the lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
What's going on, Naughty? This is my fool. Hey, Pearly.
What's going on, man?
Well, you all stuck with the man, because when after Kobe retired, his Lakers is nothing. The Lakers isn't saying nothing till he come there.
And what we say, Muff.
Yeah.
What has he brung us? 1 championship in 5 years in the bubble.
On a better record from being down around 18, 12, 11.
Stop, Muff.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Allow me, please.
Okay.
And you're in the house, right? Okay, good. Now.
I know my absolute gone, so I haven't even worried about that.
I got to get one to cover for you.
year 1, no playoffs. So whether you go 16 and 50 or you go 40 and 42 and don't make the playoffs, you didn't make the playoffs. That's year 1. Mm-hmm. Year 2, bubble championship on the back of AD. That AD don't get half the credit he deserves for that championship, but nonetheless, they got it. The next year, eliminated in the first round after playing in. Okay? Next year didn't make it. Then the following year, you make the run to the Western Conference Finals. And now this year, what? Bubkas.
Yeah. Well, he old now. Vince Carter played L42, so he must go to L42. But no, that was Wallace. That was Vincent Skillable Wallace, man, my brethren. Yeah, that was Wallace.
That was Wallace, right? That's Skillable, right?
Wallace. That was Skillable.
Hey, Skillable, don't be no stranger next time when you go identify yourself, right?
That is correct, yeah. And I will say something when I forget to say.
And he catch me a couple times in Mason, but I J him up a couple times in Mason, too.
Yeah, because that's the area, Mason.
There you go.
I want to congratulate Coach Campbell.
Friend of the show.
Rattlers. Yeah, man, I forget to say that yesterday.
Kept the Hugh Campbell
the trophy back home.
Kept the trophy right here where it belonged.
It's where it belongs, that's correct.
And I'm gonna take this moment right now, because I know my beautiful wife is listening, who's from Grand Bahama, all right?
Okay.
And very boisterous about Hugh Campbell and about how they own us.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, rattlers in their belly. The rattlers. The C.I. Gibson rattlers.
Yeah.
And make it right here in New Providence, my love. Sweetie MJ, it's staying in New Providence.
It ain't been this way for a couple of years.
It ain't going to Grand Bahama. It's going to New Providence. NP, Nassau NP. That's where it remains.
Wait a minute. Now, y'all got to win some money last night. I tell y'all go at Miami Heat and the points. No, they ain't listen to me. I tell you last secondary to win that.
Yeah, but guess what?
We have two starting five.
Even if I would have listened to you, Muff, I could be honest with you.
Yeah.
The Memphis Grizzlies, I thought they was gonna do better than they did, but they kept blowing right out last night. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we started to blow at the Kings too, but they come back in the fourth quarter. Hey Murray, dangerous boy, man. Yeah, but I read Monty Williams, so that was a foul. Money, I with you. That was a foul, man. They rob you, man, and give that game to New York, man.
Monty is snake bitten with that Detroit Piston team, man. Monty's a good coach, but he just got a garbage team he's trying to deal with.
Yeah, but he ain't probably playing with Phoenix. He ain't probably playing with Phoenix, so
he had mutiny in the locker room.
That Detroit team, they only got 8 wins, but they play hard
every night.
Every night.
But see, let me tell
you.
Let me tell you, if they keep that nucleus together, the young, talented picks they got, because they got a bunch of top 5 and top 10 picks on that team, you know.
That's why they don't get the calls, because there's a young team. That's why the referee don't give them the respect.
And that Thompson twin who plays on that team is kind of solid.
Yeah, man.
He has not developed yet, because he hasn't developed his jump shot yet. That kid could be something else.
That's what I'm saying. You give them a year or two where they should be playing college ball right now, but they get that experience on the job in the NBA. Trust me, by year 3 or 4 of this program, they're going to be nasty in the East. Because they
better
be
give him
young.
another year then, and don't try to fire him already. Man.
Correct.
Give him some time to build the team.
Let Monty develop them, and they will be dangerous in the East.
Develop them. Well, Paulie, I tell you, we going for 5 straight after the All-Star. That's then 5 straight counting before the All-Star. But the night we'll march up Portland, and then Thursday night is a rematch of the finals when we get the Nuggets. We can march them down Thursday night. So we going for 5 straight after the All-Star.
But you're confident. You're confident.
Yeah, man, I tell you, the night can make 3. And we then win 8 out of 10. So let's we march up Portland tonight and we march up Denver. I mean, we had the Nuggets Thursday night. Yeah, man, you gentlemen, you all have a nice afternoon, man. We can link.
Good stuff as always, man. All right.
This is usually the Heat time of year.
Yeah, the Heat normally make their moves this time of year at this stage of the season.
Let's see what happens.
They do have some separation.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to this whole situation in LA, Pearly. It got to change. I don't think it's going to get any better before.
I'm beginning to wonder something though. I'm beginning to wonder if it's not it's more harm than anything else.
Maybe.
I wonder if he's really the right man for the job.
But then you got to look. I mean, we had an old boy who won the title with us, who's now coaching elsewhere in the NBA. Oh Lord, what was his name?
Who, Tyronn Lue?
No. I'm talking about who won the championship for us when we were in the bubble, man. What was his name? Oh Lord. We had him as coach. We let him go. We brought in Ham. Now we're ready to let Ham go.
Let me ask you this. Is this team on paper a better team than last year?
I don't think so.
Because you got pretty much all the same players, except you get. You play.
I think Gabe Vincent not playing and a couple others not playing is the problem there.
All right.
So we got to keep our eye on it. All right. And reports saying like the Lakers are his best option, this and that. So there's something in the works there. There's something in the works there. Now, some already in the works in the NFL. Shaq Barrett released by the Bucks.
I see that.
Ahead of a $15 million contract bonus.
I see that.
2-time Pro Bowl linebacker Shaquille Barrett is set to become a free agent for the second time in 4 years. This per ESPN's Adam Schefter. The third $15 million. An option bonus next month. Barrett originally joined the Bucks as a free agent in March 2019. Signed a 1-year deal after spending his first 4 seasons of his career with the Denver Broncos. That contract turned out to be the steal of for the Buccaneers. Barrett led the NFL with 19.5 sacks and finished 4th in Defensive Player of the Year voted in 2019. He played on the franchise tag in 2020. So that's a good one right there. And he's still young enough to help with another team. Only 31.
I know that'd be a pretty good pickup for somebody.
I'm sure they'll have cowboy rumors associated to that and shortly, but no.
You're gonna have a lot of players that are gonna be released. Over this next week or two.
Apparently, Josh Allen, linebacker of the Jaguars, getting interest from a lot of people, but apparently the Bears might break the bank on him. So I'm hearing.
Wow. Okay.
All right. You said you were watching the combine yesterday. I heard rumors coming out that the Duke offensive lineman, the center from Duke, is the perfect fit for the Cowboys. So I
didn't see any offensive linemen yet.
I watched some tape. Oh yeah, I'd like to see him there at the center position. Very
Sarah?
reminiscent of Mark Stepnoski.
When are you guys picking? You guys picking
24th. 24th.
24. If he's still there, because Miami also looking for a thing about the kid from. I think the kid from Iowa who's Miami looking at, or is it the kid from Illinois? I can't remember.
Illinois.
All right.
I got a text for you, Pearly. Hey, Naughty, it ain't only you who heard that girly scream out of Chippenham and that fella hit his spring training home run. Just how we stopped watching the Lakers, wait until the Dodgers really start getting thumped. But he'll believe in LeBron by then. So I don't know.
Be Jeff, Tell Jeff.
Jeff
Jeff,
is
you ain't
correct.
nothing. Jeff, you ain't had nothing.
Girly scream.
Boy, listen, these haters. Jeff, when I see you, it can be me and you.
Wow, Naughty, I'm a LeBron fan. I think this needs to be his last year in the NBA. Time to move on to another life after basketball. Thank you. Go to the head of the class. You are now my favorite brunsexual. Thank you very much.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
No, but I wish they would add more objectivity like this texter, man.
Yeah, but I still think this team is better than it is, and I think the problem is the head coach. I don't think it's LeBron on this team.
You don't think it's LeBron?
Not on this team. Listen, he can't listen. He giving you 28 and 10. He giving you double. He giving you 28 and 8 and 5 assists every night.
But he ain't playing no defense, and he taking a lot of nights off in games we need him.
Yes, he is old, but the bottom line is the team ain't playing no defense. They letting everybody just blow right past him. That ain't just him. It ain't his man who's scoring. Guards are scoring. Centers are scoring. Forwards are scoring. And the coach ain't making no adjustments. I don't see him making adjustments. I watched the game and I didn't see any adjustments by the coach. It's like he just left. He's like he's trying to pull a Phil Jackson.
Yeah, only Phil could let you play your way in and play your way out,
Because Phil knew when to call the timers and knew how far his team could go. He knew what his team was capable of. And Phil had Kobe and Shaq. So I mean, come on, really?
Boy, listen, I got a good take home today, Pearly.
Okay.
We got Skip Bayless and Keyshawn Johnson having a candid on the running back market and the devaluation of the running back, meaning that there could be some big names that end up in some big-time cities on the cheap, i.e. Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley.
And Jacobs out of Oakland.
Correct. He's the other one.
All right. Plus, or at least 3 to another 2 middle, almost the top tier running backs that are gonna be out there, and ain't nobody giving them no $12 million. That's probably why the Giants won't give Saquon a franchise tag, because he's required $12 million, and they don't think they're worth it.
No, I mean, listen, I think they're worth it. I think they're worth more than the bottom basement level they have, than the floor, and I think that they're not worth the ceiling. I think that's somewhere in between.
Yeah, but you got to also look at specifically now how offenses are run now. Is wide receivers, tight ends is all on the fast pace. Running backs aren't getting that much play, and they're not being that major factor. Even teams that like the Dolphins who have fullbacks, the fullbacks they coming out of the backfield to catch the ball, and they block it for the tight end.
Right.
But
I tell you, man, there's going to be a lot of movement and shaking, and you'll be surprised. Some teams may roll the dice. I've been hearing rumors like some people may try to package like Josh Jacobs and a Tony Pollard in the city. Derrick Henry and a Tony Pollard in the city. Dallas is one right there, too. If we could get both of them for like $10 million or $11 million, 5 and 6, then it's a doable deal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't see it happen. I don't know. You look at all your needs, too, to go spend $10 million for 2 running backs. You may not be able to do that because y'all need a wide receiver to complement CD. Y'all need a wide receiver in a bad way.
We need a wide receiver in a bad way. We good.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys, we good.
Yeah.
Sedarius Lamb. I mean, come on.
That's your wide receiver.
But he's getting all upset over. Brandon Cooks just fine in Dallas. Number 3 is Jalen Tolbert. And number 4 will be somebody who we draft this year. It's not a priority. Okay. If we get a steal, if we get somebody free falling, obviously, that's a different story.
Okay. All right. I got you. All right.
All right. Now, I gotta.
Well, I'm excited. The Dodgers brought Kiki Hernandez back. I am really excited about that.
They did?
Yeah. Actually, for $4 million, 1 year deal for $4 million. Then I saw yesterday that they traded Margot to the Twins for a shortstop prospect. I said that's going to open the door to sign Kiki Hernandez back. And then a few minutes later, they announced Kiki Hernandez signed 1 year deal for $4 million. Actually, he announced it.
I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I didn't think he was going to get another deal.
That's not necessarily a bad move. That's a locker room move. You understand what I said?
Correct, Mundo.
He's really good in the locker room. He's that upbeat. He's fella dancing in the dog with everybody excited. He's the one going to keep the team upbeat at all times.
All right. Let me see if I can play this on the air. But I just got somebody, man. Listen, man. Somebody just sent this to me, man.
What is this?
Do you remember the bowler, Pete Weber?
Yeah, 300 bowler.
Yeah, remember he won 12 years ago today. He won a big tournament, and he let off that famous quote.
I don't think you can play that.
I'm going to get it right now. No.
It is what I'm remembering.
See it here? The iconic quote. Who do you think you are? I am.
I remember that. I was thinking something else.
Yeah, man. He had some good ones in his time. He used to talk a mad amount of crap out there.
For bowler.
Who do you think you are? I am. Whoever you think you are, I am. Wow. Wait. But anyway,
this is right around the corner. All the
I'm not doing any. I'm not doing any brackets this year, Pearlie. I'm not. It's too unpredictable.
I'm going to do one.
I can do one blindfolded.
I tell you what, luck and only luck will win the brackets this year because I'm sure.
Correct.
At least 4 of the top. Is 16 in each region, right? I guarantee you at least 1 out of each region top 4 going to lose in the second round. And I don't think a number 1 will make it unless it's Houston. Maybe Houston. Or maybe Houston or maybe Purdue. Other than that, I don't see no other team. I can't tell you which one of them can make it to the Final Four. I can be excited to do the bracket this year. But next weekend is most of the conference championships. And then it'll be Tingham Sunday, pick what is Selection Sunday. And you get the top 34 conference champions and all that in automatic bids, I should say.
Good stuff.
And then the next 34 to pick.
All right. Well, guess what? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 big ones in the NBA tonight.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets coming in off that win last night at home in this one. I'll take them in the money line.
You serious?
Yeah, I like them at home. I watched Orlando play when Bayana was there. And let me tell you, they play well at home. Orlando covers a lot against the spread this year as well, too.
The Nets had a big win last night, right?
Yeah, they let blow, and Orlando rallies back after a loss. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Magic at home in the money line. Okay. And of course, this is all brought to you, of course, by theallengame.com. Be sure to check them out, theallengame.com. Check out the sports book. Multiple ways to play, multiple ways to win. All right, Dallas Mavericks at the Cleveland Cavaliers. I like Cleveland in this one at home.
I like Cleveland at home, too. I'll take Cleveland on the spread.
At 4.5, I'll take the money line.
All right.
Golden State at Washington. They're on the road. I like Golden State to win. The 10.5, 11 points is a little dubious right there.
I'm scared of that, yeah.
So I'll take them in the money line on the road. The Knicks at home against the Pelicans. Pelicans 4.5-point favorites on the road. I like them to win.
Knicks tired. They had a tough game last night.
Sixers and the Celtics. I like the Celtics to win, but I don't think by the 11.5 because
I'll take it.
They're horrible against the spread and in double-digit spreads this year. Probably they're horrible.
They're home and they're starting to play really good.
You take the double digits. I can take the money line.
Okay.
These teams suck, but I think the Hawks win it by 2 at home.
All right.
The Bucks by 14.5 over the Hornets. I like them to win. But I'm going to go money line because the Bucks played down to their competition, and that's a proven fact. Yeah. So I'm not touching that 14.5. The Bulls by 10.5 over the Pistons. The Pistons play tough every night. The Bulls play tough, are playing better at home. I'll take them in the money line, but I won't take them by the 10.5.
And I think the Pistons coming. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons win that game tonight because they can come. They come in with vengeance tonight after what happened to them.
Minnesota on some rest, 12.5-point favorites over the Spurs. I like him to cover the 12.5 at home.
Okay.
Oklahoma City Thunder coming off a big win the other night. They got the Rockets at home. I like the Thunder to win, but I don't think by the 10 points because the Rockets are another team that play people tough, and they have money against the spread. So I will go Thunder money line at home.
I like what they're doing. I'm going to take them in the points tonight.
Heat and the Portland Trailblazers. So I'll take the Heat because of Muff Roll, and we'll go with the Heat in the money line.
I'll go to eating the points for Muff Roll tonight.
We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll take the break, flip side of the break. We got Skip Bayless and Keyshawn Johnson taking us home. For all you NFL fans, listen in keenly. If your team needs a running back, you might find one at a bargain basement special in the offseason. Good stuff, everybody who chimed in the first hour. Appreciate you, Pearly. Be good, Bahamas. And if you can't be good at it. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads.
Bye, my man. Ciao, ciao.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Struggling to repay your loan? Let us help you get back on track with payment terms that suits your financial situation and improve your credit score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Inquire about our restructured loans today. Call us at 356-7764.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Just because they were on sale, Max bought things that he and his friend really didn't need. Hungry for deals? Let KFC satisfy your cravings before you do something crazy. Get a KFC 6-piece value deal with 6 pieces of juicy fried chicken, 3 orders of crispy fries, and 3 buttery biscuits, all for only $20. Order your new favorite deal online with Messenger or WhatsApp to 557-3663 to start your KFC order today. Nobody does value like KFC, and it's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
What the heck's going on here?
I mean, it's been this way for a minute now. The league just really doesn't value the position the way it did when Walter Payton played.
Yeah.
It's a different...
But remember, just a year ago, those first 3 that I named, they did get tagged.
They got tagged.
And they were getting 12 to 14 million.
They got tagged, but when you look at the numbers, statistically, okay, you talk about the guys that got tagged. Tony Pollard, how did that work out for the Cowboys? Saquon Barkley, how did that work out for the Giants?
He did his second Pro Bowl, but it didn't get them anything. It didn't take them anywhere.
Again, you know how I feel about that.
I understand.
And when you talk about Josh Jacobs, you know, he played well, but he was in and out of the lineup, injured, whatever. I know AP wants to try to get it done with him because he really likes him and he wants the running game to go through him. But it's also a passing game mentality with these offensive coordinators. They're looking for 3-down backs, not 2-down backs. They're looking for guys that detach from the formation like a Saquon Barkley. Well, all of a sudden, I now could turn him into a wide receiver if I need to. So now deploying him to the line of scrimmage, out wide. It now tells my quarterback, okay, what coverage is it? Zone? Is it man? There's all sorts of things to think about of why they devalue the position at running back. Although, toward the end of the season, Christian McCaffrey was in the MVP conversation because that's the way he was playing, and people wanted to put him in the MVP conversation.
Yes, they did.
And they wanted him to try to win the MVP or whatnot. So
he led in rushing yards and in total
and it kicked up the value of the running back position just a tick. But he didn't win it. He probably got 2 or 3 votes, if I can remember. I don't even think he got a first place vote. So now that you look at it, you say to yourself, would you take these guys and give them the franchise tag at 13, 14 million? Josh Jacobs, because his money was guaranteed last year, a little bit more money was guaranteed on his tag number is higher than the other guys. His tag number would be about 14.1 million, where the other guys are about 12.1 million because of that extra guaranteed money that he had in his contract. But you would think, I think, and I hate talking like this because I want all my partners to get their money. But I feel like I can get 1,000 yards by committee if I needed to. I can get 2 running backs to give me what I'm looking for.
We've seen it.
And that's the problem that you have. Unless you have a mentality that says, I'm Vrabel, I like Derrick Henry, we're going to run the football with him 30 times a game. Because the running back touches the football, and when I mean touches the football, the third most on a team, and here's what I mean by that. The center touches it, it goes to the quarterback, and then the running back. And that's it.
But the center doesn't get tackled.
But the center has other responsibilities to get tackled. The running back, on the other hand, if you're not utilizing him at the same rate that you're paying him, you almost can get anybody to do that job, which is pass protection, and that's pretty much it. If he can't catch the ball out of the backfield. That's why I value Jacobs, and I value Saquon Barkley. And if Tony Pollard gets healthy, I value him. Austin Eckler is a good back, but I'm not paying Austin Eckler $14.5 million. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Because I can get what Austin Eckler gives me from any of these dudes, and I don't have to pay that type of money. But Saquon Barkley, for whatever reason, for my liking and my taste buds, it's pretty damn good, Skip. He's pretty good when he's healthy. I understand if you didn't do well against Dallas, you ain't good. I get it. That's your whole premise. If you didn't do well against Dallas, you're not good. You're not good. And if you did well against Dallas, you're the best ever.
He's 0-10 against Dallas in his career.
That's why I said that. Because I know your mindset and the way you think.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. So you know my ammo on this.
But this is the reason why, though. They don't value the position.
Okay, they don't. And I blame Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, and I blame that assembly line that Lamar Jackson has made possible in Baltimore, because you can just plug and play, and it's another one, it's another one, and it's another one.
But why do you blame Kyle?
Because he's so good at running the football. He gets it. He and his father have creative ways to move people, blocking schemes, misdirection, motion. What do you mean, how? He just produced again. You got to give.
He got Christian McCaffrey.
I know, but
Christian McCaffrey was
you know what they were
at
doing
Stafford
with Mostert and
you act like Mostert is chopped liver.
No, but they had an assembly that they've been plugging and playing backs there and rushing like crazy. They've been at the top of the league.
All of those backs can play those, Skip. And then you say his dad at Denver. It almost made me cuss. His dad didn't win anything till he got Terrell Davis.
Out of the 6th round.
And then when Terrell Davis got hurt, it didn't look so good.
No.
So that blocking scheme, I understand we always give them credit on the zone blocking and they do this and that because
the league looks at what they're doing and they just say, oh, so there's another guy. And then there's another guy. And then there's that guy. And now the 4th-string back's getting 100 yards and you're saying,
but those
why would we spend $14 million when we can spend $400,000?
But they ain't spending $400,000 on Christian McCaffrey.
No.
And eventually they're going to redo his deal.
Yeah, but look at Christian McCaffrey. I'm just looking at, you're talking about touching the football. Okay, these are overall career touches because obviously they catch it and run with it also. And most of these times, unless they score a touchdown, they're going to get tackled. And sometimes when they're scoring a touchdown, they're getting tackled. So they are taking hits on their body.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Saquon, remember he missed sort of most of the year with an ACL tear in 2020.
Yes.
But he has, let's say, 1,500 touches, total touches. McCaffrey's already at 1,800, and they're the same age. They're both 27 years of age. McCaffrey's played one more year, but man, 1,800 touches is a lot. And then we go up to the 30-year-old Derrick Henry. He's over 2,000 touches. Now, most of his are just rush touches, but he's 2,030 touches of the football. Keyshawn, you know and I know, you have only so many hits in one human
Derrick
body.
Henry's in a different aisle than them because he's 30 years old.
Plus,
and he's a battering ram. It's a different situation. It's a different situation.
Human being. Yeah.
It's a different situation.
Yeah, I would almost bet on him longer term to have a couple of good years. Listen.
Then who?
Then Christian McCaffrey. He runs so hard every play. He gives you every last ounce. The reason I was a little afraid of him coming into pro football at Stanford, he just stayed hurt because he ran so hard. He has he does not have any safety valve on his body. He doesn't try to protect it all. I came up through this business
He's been pretty healthy in San Francisco.
He has been pretty healthy. I think he does a good job. He has people working on him, and I think he knows how to eat, how to train, how to get the massages. I spent all those years around Emmitt Smith, and he would astound me because, as Norv Turner used to tell me, he had the greatest quickness in a confined space he'd ever seen. Emmitt was hard to hit. Emmitt at 5'9" could duck and dart behind those elephantine offensive linemen they had. That was a great offensive line, especially the Super Bowl years. But
Emmitt was different. Michael even said that when they had other running backs back there with that same offensive line, it didn't look the same.
I know, but you see it, and it's you can't get a shot on him. No, I didn't see clean shots on him. Most running backs, even Christian McCaffrey, he will put himself in dangerous situations to get the extra yard or two. At some point, Christian's going to have to say, I got to be smarter. I got to be a little smarter. I'm not going to last much longer because those kind of hits for first downs take tolls on your body. And Emmitt never took tolls. And
but how many years? But see, because I played football and I look at it differently than probably guys that didn't go and get hit in train wrecks. How many years are you expecting from a running back, though? What are you expecting when you draft a guy? What you want him to play 15 years?
There was only one, Emmitt Smith.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're not, when you're drafting guys or you're signing guys, you're not signing or drafting them to play 10 years at any position.
Yeah.
It's basically year to year.
Yeah.
Even though you give them multi-year contracts, you're not signing a guy to play 15 years. That's us in the media. That's the fans. Oh, we're going to have him for 15. No, you're not.
Yeah.
That Tom Brady, that Peyton Manning stuff, man, that playing 30 years, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
And yet Jerry Jones went to war, contractual war with Emmitt Smith after, 90, 91, 92. So that's 3 years. After 3 years. And remember, Emmitt held out the first two games of 1993. And 0-2 at home.
Charles Haley had a meltdown.
He had a meltdown and threw his helmet literally through the locker room wall. Made a
at Jerry, right?
Jerry had just walked in. He didn't throw it at him, but he threw it at the wall because of Jerry. And he hoped that would prompt Jerry, which it did.
It did.
Yeah, it did.
Sure, I'll sign right now.
Okay. And then here comes Emmitt back, and all he did was win MVP that year, and all he was Super Bowl MVP, and they got it back together in time to go win.
But that was an era where they valued the running back.
Yeah, but Jerry's still afraid how far can I go with this? There was still that old saw, that old bromide out there in the NFL in those days, like early 90s. Running backs last 2.3 years. That's the shelf life of an NFL running back, okay?
It has a shorter shelf life, but all positions have shelf lives, okay? You can look at my position. And people think because a person is playing and he has a uniform on, He's not producing at the same rate in his 10th year that he was in his 5th year.
Yeah, but there are always these freaks of nature.
Yeah, but there's
outliers like Jerry Rice.
There's only a Jerry and a Larry Fitzgerald. There's only a handful of them.
Yeah, Tim Brown.
Every now and then. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. Everybody, again, is not going to be Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. At some point, the candle starts to go down.
Yeah.
The wax gets to the bottom of the glass.
Man.
It's just the reality of it.
You wouldn't want to be one of those top running backs on the market right now because, hey, teams can just say, oh, you want that much? Well, I'll just take Austin Eckler. You know, that's what they're going to say.
Well, it depends on who.
Yeah.
I see, like for me, you're right. I was saying this to Nick as we were having this conversation.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.